Hello. All right. Everything seemed to be straight. What's up, guys? I'm back. And unfortunately, tough loss by the Oklahoma City Thunder. For starters, congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs, man, to make it to the finals. I do believe the San Antonio Spurs probably are going to go all the way. I don't know what the Knicks are going to do against that powerful offense. They're basically what we were last year, but better, right? They surrounded Wemby with a lot of shooters, a lot of ball handling guards. Dylan Harper has taken a astronomical leap as a rookie. It's looking like they won't need De'Aaron Fox next year. Um, Off on the Spurs, this video was more on the Oklahoma City Thunder and what's next for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So personally, actually, well, let's start with the actual game at hand. I'm gonna pull up the stats on the game. But off the eye test, I don't think anybody could say anything about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander anymore. I mean, they're like the best player on the court between teams. Obviously, it's easy to make a shot when your team is hot and when you're up, but when your team is down and against the wall and facing elimination to make tough shot after it's the only things that certain players can do, and Shea is one of them. I mean, Shea, the only person on that court on the Oklahoma City Thunder side that looked like wanted to win, other than him, maybe Alex Caruso and Cason Wallace with his defense. Um, and honestly, dude, I forgot I had no internet. Guys, I have no internet. I'm recording this shit with no internet, so we're gonna have to pull it up on my phone. Oh my goodness. It's been a tough move, guys. Oh, by the way, different background. I got a desk in my actual living area now, my living space. So no longer in a room with it. Y'all gonna have face first, I guess, first class seats to watch my cats fight over there on the couch in their litter box over here in the background. But anyways, back on topic. So just good and honestly, bro, before I start on the Thunder, the Spurs had a Greg Popovich ass game. Now, nobody on their team jumps out on a stat sheet, but when you watch the game, everybody was on it, bro. Defensively, I mean, they came out, they were up by like I think 15 points at a certain the game. They were up 10 early on, and the Thunder looked like they were absolutely outmatched and defeated. I've never seen the Thunder look this bad against another team, right? We got Champagny. Champagny is one of the best shooters in the league, hands down. I mean, that dude went for 10 from three. He is literally 75% of the reason why the San Antonio Spurs are going to go ahead and advance to the finals. Um, Anyways, Chet home 33 minutes. Other than Shea and Cason Wallace, he is the third person with the most minutes. Oh, and Alex Caruso. So he's the person with the most minutes on the team. And he had a whopping total of 4 points. We're gonna go Chet, and honestly, I don't want to continue the beat down on Chet because I'm sure I don't know, I have no internet, but I'm sure that the media is absolutely ridiculing. I mean, I even heard announcers saying that it was ridiculous the way that he was playing. And I'm gonna talk about Chet at the very end, so stay to the very end to I guess hearing what I think personally is going to happen to Chet after this season. But I digress. Lou Dort, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field. Honestly, Lou Dort, same thing. I'm probably gonna talk about him towards the end because he didn't play that good and he honestly didn't do anything. Right? You expect Shet to do something, but Lou Dort's kind of here or there. But in an elimination games to have 3 points, just lack of effort. We got Hartenstein, 7. Honestly, you don't expect too much about Hartenstein. Defensively, it is I guess. I mean, it's nobody really did. Um, then we got Ken Wallace. I want to talk about Cason Wallace right now, right? We already went down Hartenstein, Lou Dort, and Chet Holmgren. I think Hartenstein stays for one. I mean, I'll just Hartenstein as of now. He did what he could. Offensively, obviously, he's not that talented. He's more of a defensive and rebounding type of big. He didn't get that many rebounds, and I think that was a whole team issue. I mean, morally, I Spurs were just in a better mood and played as a team, right? You can't get rebounds if you don't play as a team. And Hartstein didn't get that many minutes to begin with. I mean, neither did Let's because Lou Dort's been a liability this entire series. But Case and Wallace, minutes, 17 points. Honestly, I don't think the stats really speak how impactful Kaysen was. I mean, having another gun and he came off the starting lineup, having another guard for one for the Thunder is astronomical. I think Jared McCain is more of a forward. I know he's short, but he's more of like a shooting, you know what I'm saying? He's not that talented on defensive side, and he's more of an offensive guard. So having a defensive guard that he also can score the ball like Kaysen, I mean, he's 5 for 9 from three. He made 2 shots at the very end. So it looks like only Kaysen Wallace and Shea Gilgis and Jared McCain wanted to win this game. But besides the point, I think Kaysen obviously stays. Um, and I know I'm, been gone to what I think is going to happen to the Thunder or what I, I'm saying wrong. But when I say stays, I mean that this guy is a talented player. Obviously, he's a person that we want to keep on this team. Shea with 43, 35 points, 12 for 29 on the field goal percentage, 2 for 5 from three, and 9-11 for free throw. He had 4 rebounds and 9 assists. Now, Shea Gildas was the best player on the court, hands down, right? No matter who was guarding him, no matter if he was doubled, he found a way to make it happen. He found a way to make tough shots. He was making tough threes, tough mid ranges. And that's not me saying that because I'm an OKC fan. I think everybody on the court, everybody in the media, everybody watching the game could notice and could tell that, wow, this guy is really the real deal. And he proved why he won MVP, right? But you can't win basketball games with one guy, right? And honestly, I'm ripe to say that he should have took more shots. If anything, I think in the fourth quarter he should have took more shots, got the team to overtime, and then maybe just maybe the team would have looked alive and we would have went out and won that game. Right? That would have been an upset at that point. Um, that's my only with Shea, honestly, that he didn't take more shots. Even though he took 21 shots, he made 12 of them. That's above 50%. He should have took more, honestly. I think he should have took more. And maybe if he took more, we would have been different. Honestly, if anybody played a significantly about better, it would have went differently. But besides the point, somebody who's really this season is J Will. So J Will honestly is one of the better players on this team, and he's not even like he kind of right. He was kind of like deep. He was more like a deep called deep depth piece. Damn, guys, I have speech impediment, so don't make fun of me. He's more of a depth piece, but honestly, he came out. He shot a couple of tough threes. He's a decent. I'm not gonna say good, but he's a decent 3-point shooter, and he's not that bad of a defender. I think honestly, if we were to get rid of Harnstein or Harnstein, however you say his name, he would be a good piece. I think he honestly fit as a starter, right? He kind of proved himself. Um, 5 for 9. Was only 1 for 3 from three, but he only took 3 shots. Honestly, I think if he takes 5, 6 more, that looks way different on the stat sheet, looks better on the Thunder, and we win this game, right? Like it was only 111 to 103, right? It looked absolute. The thing with this game was that it looked so like this game was going to end up being close in the fourth quarter, but it did anyways. And honestly, I think that's because of Shea Gilgis Alexander, right? Such a good player taking tough shots. I mean, the dude had in the first half and was the only reason why we were even close, right? Then we got Caruso, honestly, 3 for 14. And I'm not hate too much or I guess hate on his stat because you know what I'm saying, stats, it looks like he had a terrible game. But he took a lot of dumb shots, or not dumb shots, but shots that were forced, and because the Thunder were getting clamped, and I mean he ended up all last, right? So would I have wished he had a better game? Yes. Um, do I think his like veteran skills and you know what I'm saying, all other stuff kind of helped us game? Yes, and I think it outweighed his stat sheet. Right. Nobody on the team knows the rules as much as Alex Caruso does, and he showed it. I mean, he almost got Wembanyama ejected from the game for fouls. Honestly, I think they would attack Wemby more in the fourth quarter. I mean, the dude had fouls. I think 10 minutes, with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Somebody go attack him in the rim, right? But I don't know. I'm not a coach. It is what it is. And then we got Kenrich Williams. I mean, just kind of comes off the didn't do much. I think there was one shot he should have made, but it is what it is. He didn't make it. He only had fits, so I'm not gonna you know what I'm saying such about him. He kind of wish they give Shea and the rest of the guards a little space or a little breathing room. But My biggest issue on the team as a whole is that I think that the Thunder were a little too high coming off this series into this series. I think that they had a little too much confidence, right? Coming off a finals win, coming off of 8-0 playoff run against a Lakers with no Luka Doncic, um, against the seeded Suns, right? They came into this series thinking that this is going to be a cakewalk, right? And they got showed that there are other teams that are competent and can play basketball in a good manner and can stop them, right? And I think with players like Shea, it doesn't matter who you put against, he is going to get you that 30 bomb, right? He didn't play that good this series, but he showed that come elimination, he will turn the heater on. He will play to the level that he's supposed to play, right? But with players like Caruso, players like Shet, players like Lou Dort, players need the team to be playing good for them to be playing good. And you cannot win basketball games when only one guy out there can get going, right? And honestly, I'm happy that we got the Jared McCain trade earlier this season. That gives me hope for next season. But I think that we start cutting pieces off, right? We're going to have to pay Shet and J Dub next year. That's another thing. This series was close, and there's the scorer on the Oklahoma City Thunder wasn't even playing. Um, you know, further without J Dub, it honestly was a feat, right? So it gives me hope for next season. And, obviously, we're all J Dub gets healthy and he's able to play 100% next season. I hope that these injuries aren't a reoccurring thing. But with that being said, I think it's time to start chopping things off, right? And I think this series was I guess, magnifying glass to the holes that the Oklahoma City Thunder have on their roster. They were able to steamroll through basically every team, but the Spurs show what is wrong with this team. And what's wrong with this team is that they don't play team ball. There's a lot of ego ball going on. And I think that the team chemistry isn't as good as everybody thinks it is, right? I mean, we have Shea and Shed, and I'm not saying that NBA players have to talk to each other or like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know their relationships too. I don't know these people. But from what I see, right, Shed isn't on the same page as Shea. And when you have, I guess, the second best player because J Dub is out, not on the same page as the first best player, you have the second best player taking only what 4 shots and having 4 points. It's like Dan said, it's ridiculous. Um, and he didn't even have good of a defensive game. I mean, the dude only had one block that I saw against Dylan Harper, and that was about it, right? And that was towards the end of the game, and that's when the Spurs were hot and they were just trying shit. And that's why Dylan Harper tried to yam it on Shet. It's honestly like astounding that you're the second up to the defensive player of the year, and we have a team trying you, right? You absolutely strike no fear into these guys. And when you're playing basketball, right, it's a mental game. If when you strike absolutely no to somebody, right, they're just gonna try shit. They're just gonna shoot the ball. They're gonna feel good, and they're gonna make it, right? And I think that Chet honestly has to look himself in the mirror and be like, am I a supermax player? Am I a second best player of the team? Because honestly, this entire series and almost this entire year, he doesn't look like the second best player on that team, right? Honestly, night in, night out, without J Dub, Wallace looks like the second best player on that team. Then come Alex Caruso, then maybe Chet, right? On a given night, right? He has to be set up to, and I know that there's it's hard for them to create offense, but coming into the league, I mean, this guy was basically a sort of Wemby-esque player. This guy is nothing like Wemby. I mean, Wemby comes in dribbling himself, shoots a long range three, bangs it. The dude it creates on the paint by him. He cannot create. I mean, when he tries to can't, he falls on the ground. You've seen it. You've seen the clips. The dude quite literally cannot create his own offense. And yes, is he a good rim protector? He is, but he's also 7'1". I mean, I would hope that he's a good rim protector because that's about all he does on the team. And that's wasting space. And honestly, I do believe that the Oklahoma City Thunder either part ways or get him on a cheap contract. No in between. Because if they extend him for anything close to 40 to 30 million dollars, I honestly don't think I can team next year. Right? Obviously, I'm still am, but it's time to be serious, right? Sam Presti needs to do his job. And when this guy, even come our finals run last year, didn't do much, didn't do anything. I mean, J Dub had that 40-point game in the finals, right? Alex Caruso this year, this season, having 30-point games. You have your supposed second to third option scoring 4 points in an elimination game. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? Not even having that good of a defensive game and also just not doing anything at all, right? In general, right? Not getting boards, just not doing anything, right? You're on the floor getting cardio. The dude had to get cut in the fourth quarter. They had to put Jared McCain in, our young player that we just got off a trade, because he was so terrible. Having to take out a 7-foot player, and I'm aware that they did that because they needed shooters, but he is supposed to be a good 3-point shooter, right? Did he not come into this league being a good? I don't want to get too heated, guys, but he came into this league supposedly being a good 3-point shooter. So I didn't see any of that, right? And finally, to my last point, Lou Dort. Honestly, I don't have too many opinions on Lou Dort because he is kind of just a nothing burger. I mean, he used to be one of the better defenders on the team. Obviously, Casey Wallace took that. Um, so I don't see the reason why he's on this team, right? He's kind of a filler role. Um, he's not a starter anymore, I believe. I mean, we had who we had starting took the 3-point role, and I'm aware that we need depth, all that stuff. But I can't see Lou Dort being on the team for an expensive contract, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. I honestly don't know how much he makes a year, right? He already got his extension. But it's time to. I'm not gonna say or anything, right? We were the first seed and we made it to the Western Conference Finals. That's kind of doing too much, and we also A-Dub, right? But there are glaring issues on this team, and if you expect the Spurs to get worse next year, they're going to get better, right? They aren't on the same issues that we are. I mean, Dylan Harper's only a rookie, right? Keep De'Aaron if they want to, right? Wemby's only 22. So, I mean, if we want to make a finals run here, then there are some issues that we need to fix, right? But anyways, guys, that's enough of my rant. I'm gonna see you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe while y'all here. And Twin Beans out of here.